Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of HR Storybook. Prominent figures of the human resource department in India, or I must say the human resource community in India, right? So we have with us Dr. G.P Rao, who is the founder and managing partner of GPR Consulting firm. Hello, Dr. Rao. Thank you so much for doing this with
No,
us.
my pleasure always to be with you.
Lovely. So we have had a lot of conversations, right, Dr. Rao, about your emergence in the HR community and how much you've contributed to it. Correct. So I would like to know about your personal life as well. Right. We all know a lot about your professional life, your accomplishments and everything. So how have these professional accomplishments helped you shape your professional life and personal life as well?
No, if you want me to tell you about personal life, I'm from a small village.
Yeah.
It's in Andhra Odisha border, where the school was up to class 7th only.
Oh, really?
And I lost my father when I was 7-year-old. My mother is
Perfect.
illiterate. And from there, we grew, studied in an unrecognized school. I don't have a school certificate, actually. I have a board certificate and never studied English. From there, with painstaking efforts, grown, then went to the college and all. And I went and studied in good colleges in Cuttack and Bhubaneswar.
Oh, lovely.
And
Okay.
then started with SAIL and then worked for SAIL, JK, Birla, Reliance.
Right.
That's how India, abroad, the life goes on. Again, for a personal life, I'm a very contented person. My son is well placed. He's what the BMW. My daughter-in-law is an influencer.
Oh, lovely.
She does yoga and nutrition.
Oh, okay.
My daughter is in Visakhapatnam. She became chairperson of CI Young
Right, you
India.
were talking about that the
Yeah,
other day.
so
Yes.
and my son-in-law is an entrepreneur. So I'm a happy person. So probably it is since I'm happy in the
Right.
professional life, I'm happy here,
Right,
and
it's
it can vice
absolutely.
versa. So,
Dr. Rao, this is one question that I personally wanted to know, right? How did you, choose the HR field? Human resource out of nowhere, especially in an era where human resource was not really that privileged.
shall I tell you the true answer?
Yes.
When we joined as management
Uh-huh.
of SAIL, our functions were not decided. We joined just
Okay.
management trainees,
Okay.
and they taught us management for 4 months,
Okay.
like a mini MBA. Then we were asked to choose the departments. So that means they had our performance evaluation of
Right.
those 14 subjects,
Right.
start in 4 months,
Okay.
and their vacancies, our interest. So I checked with some of my seniors,
Uh-huh.
what should I choose? They said HR. Those days it was known as personnel.
Yes.
And then I got convinced for 2 reasons.
Uh-huh.
I said, I love people, maybe
Okay.
because I'm from village. So this is one function you'll go on having the contact with people. That's
Makes
number one.
sense. Yeah.
Number two, this function needs all online, always creativity, because the answers are not there in the book.
Correct.
So always
Yeah.
you'll have to evolve, see
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah,
So
the
you'll have
spark of
fun, no?
creativity
So I
has to
said
be
these
there.
are the 2 reasons: love for people, scope for
Correct.
creativity.
Yeah.
This is the answer I gave. They said you are in.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. What a lovely letter. Honestly, because I have not, obviously, in these,
Yeah.
in this era, you don't really see training them
Yeah.
and then moving forward with their choice of,
Yeah.
program and everything. That's lovely to know. But then, your accomplishments, obviously, they are many. But then, what about the challenges that you must have faced in your career?
No, there are many.
What would be the biggest one then?
The biggest one will be, I was working in mines.
Okay.
Iron mines. This is in Chhattisgarh. We had 15,000 workers. Of them, 10,000 were Naxalites.
Oh, Lord.
So officially, they are from a Naxal organization, officially.
Right.
There we had a strike for a silly reason. Strike by one union with 4,000 following. And later, for no reason, the Naxalite union started supporting them.
What?
So imagine
Oh,
for
Lord.
17 days, the mines didn't work and Bhilai steel plant was choking. So
Yes.
that was a very tough thing. So, but then one of my superiors gave me the confidence to face that. He said, if you are fighting for a good cause, because if you win, it's established.
True.
If you
Very true.
lose, it's okay, because you was fighting for the good cause.
Yeah.
And where the cause was no work, no pay. That means you come to office or
Right.
come to workplace. If you don't work, you will not
You
pay.
won't get the pay. Yeah.
Whereas they said, we have come to the workplace, you pay us. So that was the fight. You said, okay. So that was 17 days, everybody on strike. The plant is choking. It's a lot of pressure. And I'm quite young those days.
When was this?
This was 84, 85 kind.
Oh, God, okay.
No phones, no
Yeah,
telephones,
absolutely.
in a remote place.
Yeah.
So that was a very, very tough
How did
situation.
you manage that?
One is the guidance that I received. The other is my own confidence level and my courage of conviction. And the third was my relationship with those union leaders. That means they were fighting with me on an issue, but at a personal level, I had that belief that they will not attack me personally. So I used to go meet them, taking risk.
You need to be extremely courageous for that.
Yeah, one night I went to the colony that's called a JJ colony, Joggi Jopti colony, where they were all living. Night 11:30, I went there. They were surprised to see me.
That's dangerous.
Surprised to see me. I mean, those kind of risks I could take, because that I was sure about the relationship angle. Yeah. But then we came out, we signed a settlement. Then all unions signed that we respect the principle of no work, no pay.
Correct.
So end was positive.
Right. We have been speaking about the incident that you faced back in 1984, right? Do you think such things are still prevalent in this era, especially?
Yeah. So you see, as long as human beings are there, issues will be there. Another very, very difficult, you said a challenging situation. I was working with Reliance. So we took over a Sikh company in Malaysia. There were 8,500 people.
Yeah.
And we didn't buy the company, we bought the assets. Okay. So legally, we were not bound to take them.
Correct.
Because only bought the assets.
Yeah.
But then we need people to run the company. Obviously. So we initially thought we will not take them, we will recruit people. And legally we were right. Legally right. So that was a difficult situation. How do you get 8,500 people there? Yeah. And of them, almost 4,000 to 5,000 were required from abroad. That means not available within Malaysia. Right. So that means foreign workers. So getting locally 3,000 to 4,000, getting 4,000 to 5,000 foreign workers, that was a very difficult situation where we were working, talking to people and all. Then came a very ethical decision from our founders and top management from India, saying that suppose we take all of them, what's the problem?
The old workers.
All. I mean, we are not they were employees of the previous company. Right. Said maybe they are not efficient, they may not meet our standards, both in terms of will and skill. Will you be able to manage that? Suppose we take a decision. Do you think that will be a good decision? So I thought over, said that can be a goodwill decision. And in fact, we took the decision to give them jobs to all those 8,500 people.
All the 8,500.
And in Malaysia's newspapers, we got covered, saying that's an ideal employer.
Wow.
They legally not required, but they have taken. But then the challenge for us was the readiness to do and meeting the standards of Reliance. Yeah. So a lot of efforts went to improve their skills, improve their will. So that was a challenge. We came out and some of them couldn't meet the pressure of the Reliance standards. They left. But then we didn't discriminate. So the challenge of how to get people and a goodwill decision, and it sorted out, which took, I am very happy that we met with the challenge in a different manner.
Yeah, and this was?
2008.
Okay, fairly recent enough then. Compared to at least the 1984, 85. So, Dr. Rao, my next question would be, you have helped a lot of organizations change, right? Transform within themselves and bring a lot of transformative initiatives. You have been mentors to a lot of people as well. But I would want to know, what was that one turning point of your career? What's changed your career per se?
I was working in Bhilai. And Bhilai is considered a very peaceful place. Large, 65,000 employees, very peaceful. And we live in townships, very set life. Schools are there, hospitals are there. I got an opportunity to come to Delhi. So I was not sure that time.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you come to a big city,
Yeah, it's
and
metropolitan.
you stay in a rented house, look for a school for the kid.
Right.
I came here, I was a manager at a manager personal level. But that turned out to be a turning point. Because see, once you come to the corporate office, your horizon improves.
True.
And whatever you do, do it for the entire company having 2,45,000 employees. And I don't know, that is the time I met Dr. T.V. Rao and Dr. Uday Parikh. And I got into National HR Network.
Right.
And that is the time I became president of National
Exactly.
HR Network in
Yeah.
Delhi. So 1993, at a very young age, at a very working at a very young junior level, you can say. Then I went abroad for training and learning from British Steel. I think my shift to Delhi, both I grew professionally, I got into National HRD Network,
Right.
and personally also I met new kinds of people, private sector, MNC. I
Right.
gone to it. I think my coming to Delhi, I'll call it a turning point of my career.
Delhi changed your life.
Yes.
Lovely to know that. And moving on, Dr. Rao, I also wanted to know the story of your, becoming the NHRD president, because that was a very interesting one.
I was new to Delhi,
Right.
but our company, SAIL, was considered an important partner for National HR Network. I mean, that's one advantage I had. So one fine morning, I saw some documents related to National HR Network, and I informed the then president. And then he said, "Oh, I see, we don't know you, we have met you." They came, we all came and met. And he said, "We want to join you in our core group." And one of my juniors, she went out of the room and called me on the intercom. He said, "No, no, no, don't take this offer." I said, "Why?" I said, "You should become the president of National HR Network Delhi." So I didn't say that to them. I said, "Let me think over, I'll come back."
Right,
I said,
right.
and later I said, "I will wait. Whenever an opportunity arises, I will take the
President.
opportunity president." That's how I communicated
Okay.
later. Actually, they
Yeah.
became
And how much time was it between this conversation and actually
and
becoming the president?
6 months.
Oh my
6 months.
God. Okay, I
Yeah.
was expecting at least 1 or 2 years,
No, no,
but then
no,
this
no,
was
no,
lovely.
no.
Wow. I mean, kudos to the junior that
Yes, he
suggested that
said,
to
yeah,
you.
suggested.
Yeah,
And kudos to them also. They took the.
absolutely. Yeah. But then you had that, capability, obviously, which is why
One
they
is the
thought.
organizational support and my personal, you can say, capability, my passion, my
Absolutely.
connectivity with Dr. T.V. Rao and Dr. Uday Parikh, all
Right.
that helped.
Right,
All
right.
that done.
And then, given the fact that you have been in the human resource field for such a long time, right? Where do you see the HRD system going in the next 5 years?
See, the criticality of the function will stay. And it will become more important despite the advent of technology, of use of AI, outsourcing, and changes in the organization structure and all. The focus on people will remain same. That will remain critical.
Right.
But the jobs that we do, the tasks we do will be different. So we will do less of routine jobs, repetitive jobs, transactional jobs. We'll do more of jobs around culture, jobs around talent development, jobs around synergy, so relationship, the integration, the community, the holistic development employees. So those jobs will remain the core of HR, core of HR. So I see a bright future for HR department,
Right.
but at the same time, the jobs will change, so the traits will change, the skills will change. Skills will change. That's what
Absolutely.
going to happen.
Right. So, we know how you feel about the HRD system going about in the next 5 years. But then, what is that one advice that you would like to give to all the HR professionals out there?
Why current HR professionals? Let's include the future HR professionals. I mean the students who are pursuing HR
Right.
courses. One advice to all is to use more of our heart as compared to head, because head looks for reasons, heart looks for relations. To be successful as an HR person, we should be able to empathize, have that emotional connect, help them in their bauddhik vikas, holistic. So if you use our heart, the relationship will be hearty, and it will make our relationship healthy and will lead us to happy. And that HR people have that rare, unique advantage of having that bliss, internal happiness as compared to any other professional. Thank you.
That's lovely, Dr. Rao. I think in the previous interview also you had mentioned that the empathy is something that is lacking,
Yeah.
right? So this basically adds up to the entire conversation that we
Absolutely.
had that day as well.
Absolutely. Because see, sympathy stops at recognizing the pain of others. Empathy goes beyond. You feel the pain of the other person.
And that's not an easy trait.
That's not easy. But then, if a HR professional has the skill of empathy and the service orientation, a little bit of sacrifice orientation and painstaking, so he has a unique opportunity of having internal bliss or ananda as compared to any other profession.
Absolutely. I think in the true sense, you are, an HR, right? Because I remember we had the previous guest, somebody from the Mercedes-Benz, right? So she was saying that in Mercedes, they don't call it human resource, but rather human relations, right? So this is something that is very important to you as well, right? Relations and
Relationship, yeah.
maintaining that with your employees, your people of the company, right? So that being said, we come to the end of our discussion today. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Rao,
My pleasure.
for
My pleasure.
gracing our platform with your presence. And thank you so much for sharing all your knowledge with us. We'll look forward to many more discussions. in the
Sure,
future.
sure. Always look forward to. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rao.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And we'll catch you with the next interview on HR Stories.